Pop and rock music is one of UK's biggest export hits, but Brexit could also have drastic consequences for stars like Elton John, Ed Sheeran or Queen. The artists accused their government of making the rest of Europe a no-go zone for them. If Jacob Rees-Mogg, as chairman of the ruling party, had to comment on the British music industry's discontent with Brexit, he might argue that the British cultural scene is better off thanks to new freedoms. Then the Speaker of Parliament could argue that there is no evidence of this, as was the case a few days ago when Rees-Mogg said that he knew about the effects of Brexit on the fishing industry, that the fish that are again under the control of the United Kingdom are happier because they are now British fish. Whatever these sea creatures feel like, they live without limits as long as they don't land on the net. Then the fishermen start fighting over the new administrative burden. For the performing arts, the lack of agreement with the EU on work permits, customs certificates and touring social security contributions is also a costly and time-consuming burden. Instead of a uniform regulation, there are now different regulations for each individual European country. The organizers are still largely in the dark, and so is the government. Information is sparse. The claim that London had rejected a single solution, as was included in the draft Brexit deal last March, has further fueled tensions between the government and the retainers-dominated cultural sector. Some of Britain's biggest music stars are accusing their government of ditching the country's artists with the Brexit deal. Elton John, Ed Sheeran, ex-Oasis singer Liam Gallagher, Sting, Kim Wilde, Queen, the Queen guitarist Brian May, The Who co-founder Roger Daltrey, conductor Simon Rattle, composer Judith Weir, and the bands Radiohead and Sex Pistols denounced this in an open letter in the Times. The artists fear that the travel rules will make Europe a no-go zone for British musicians. They demand reciprocal travel without papers in Europe. London and Brussels are giving each other the buck. And an online petition has so far collected more than 260,000 signatures on that. Currently, the cost of work permits, visas and other bureaucratic rules made touring completely unprofitable, so the allegation. This applies in particular to young musicians and newcomers who are already in great difficulty due to the corona pandemic. The British government denies having rejected the EU offer to exempt artists from visa requirements for short-term employment. The State Minister for Culture seemed to be unwilling to confirm the accusation of a member of the Scottish National Party that musicians fell victim to the government, which was obsessed with the end of the free movement of people, by stating that the EU's offer was incompatible with the government's election promise to control the borders and to win back that control. The Brexiteers welcomed January 1st as Independence Day. The cry that Britain has been freed from the shackles of the sclerotic European bureaucracy rings out like a refrain. The cultural workers who want to continue the European exchange, however, have been put on new shackles. There can be no talk of freedom. And if you want to stay informed, please subscribe to my channel and my other channels. I'll see you in my next video. Auf Wiedersehen.